parties authorize designated representatives to seek an urgent meeting with relevant ministries, directors, and the presidency, and to demand the following remedies, non-exhaustive. 1, immediate suspension, review, revision, and republication of the circulated criteria with written definitions and decision standards. 2, removal of DNA as a prerequisite and elimination of exclusionary proof burdens inconsistent with restoration and self-reparations. 3, removal of the 2-year residence permit prerequisite and adoption of accessible pathways for HUG, again, historically unique group, applicants. 4, a published objective definition of quote-unquote strong ties, and with transparent evidence standards, timelines, and an appeals process. 5, fee reform, including reduction/waiver structures and an end to inappropriate cost barriers. 6, expanded submission options, multiple locations and remote/online submission and reasonable timelines. Effective immediately, the convener/chairman, the secretary that is of the coalition, and this is dated 1st February 2026, with endorsements including the African American Association of Ghana represented here, DOR represented here, Rastafari Council of Ghana also here, Ghana Caribbean Association represented here, African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem represented here, Panafest represented here, Central Region African Ascendants Association of Ghana, Craig, which is also here, Jamaican Affairs, Men's of Gathering, Abibitumi, Repatriated Ghana, Habasha, Marcus Mosiah Garvey Foundation, the Divine Nine Ghana, African Diaspora 126 Plus, all of which are represented here. And if there are any other organizations that would like to append their signature, the way is clear for you to do so. So I think at this stage we will open up the floor for, again, the core concerns as mentioned. We also had talking points that were prepared that we can discuss. And we want to, again, clarify the issue for what we support and what we oppose. And I'll turn it over to Nana Akosia for any additional remarks.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Nana Akosia, and I am the current president of the African American Association of Ghana. But before we go forward, I want to make one correction, that the Divine Nine asked to have their name excluded from this group. So I want to do that publicly. So thank you for that. And I just want to welcome everyone here. And I just want to say it's nice to see some old faces from, you know, something in Jamaica we say, old times are back again. So it's nice to have the African American community here with the Ghana Caribbean Association. This is the way it should be, and this is the way I remember it to be. So we all have to make a commitment to make sure that we continue to honor this. So before we go on any further, I want to say a special thank you to the Kwame Nkrumah Institute of African Studies for allowing us to use this space today, so thank you. We call him Nana, we call him Prof, we call him Dr. Campbell, we call him all kinds of things. But we want to say thank you today for making this space available. Also, I want to say thank you to, you get that, thank you. And we've been meeting for about 2 days now. Most of us, if you look at our eyes, raccoon eyes, to everybody here, all of the organization leads that have been on the Zoom calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. Again, when this criteria came out, we were bombarded with WhatsApp. My poor phone don't have no more storage. And I can't do the exercise of removing because it replaces. So all of our organizations were bombarded. As we know, this call to come home is a very serious matter, and for some of us, it's been a long time coming, and it's a long journey. And we're not talking about individuals coming home, we're talking about families coming home. So it's not okay for 1 or 2 of us to have our citizenship, and we're okay now. As Nana perfectly said, many of us have made the commitment that once we have our citizenship, it becomes our job to make sure that the others come behind us, historically. So as we gather here today at the 100 years commemoration of Black History Month, I couldn't think of a better way to spend our time than to be here discussing our way forward. So give yourselves a round of applause again. A very loud round of applause.
Another question. If I may, we wanted to start with libation, but we were not prepared. As we were beginning, if we can go to our libation now.
Thank you.
Yes. And this is going to be an interactive libation because at a certain point, I'm going to ask you to call the names of those great ancestors who would like to join us here in this room as we commemorate the 100 years of Black History Month. Ago. Ago.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
Otumfo awurade nyankopɔn twere bɔ nkwa yɛ kyerɛ wɔ suo ne ama wɔn suo asase yɛ mpene na mmoa asase yɛ dum a odi ɔmo samagere de ɛdɛm fɛ bie aboso nyɛ asomdɔ ɔsonsi yi ntumi wɔ mu de baako nanso firi baako yɛ ɛforo mu nyinaa na nabrɔkɔ da na ndɛm te adwuma ɛsi dwuge so bɔ afɔ ɔsɛnkyefo mo nyinaa firi atifiafo a kɛn so ɛwi na mommra mede mo sui yɛ nanom nsamofoɔ asɛnɛfoɔ nsamofoɔ ɔbonafoɔ nsamofoɔ ɔsɔrɔfoɔ nsamofoɔ ɛsɛkyerɛfoɔ nsamofoɔ yɔkofoɔ nsamofoɔ adwɛnafoɔ nsamofoɔ Brentfoɔ nsamofoɔ ɔbonafoɔ nsamofoɔ mo nyinaa mommra mede mo sui yɛ nanom nsamofoɔ nyinaa mommra ɛbibiga safa ne nyinaa mommra mommɔ nanom din. Please call the names of the grandancestors you would like to be present for this occasion.
Baba Kamal Kamban,
Nana Carter E.
Nana
Wilson.
Marcus Messiah Garvey,
Ezzy. 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 Ezzy.
David Walker,
Ezzy. 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 Ezzy.
Dessalines,
Ezzy. Ezzy. Ezzy.
James Meredith Johnson.
Ezzy.
Nana Lasana Mack,
Ezzy. 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 Ezzy.
Mama Wadasi,
Ezzy. Ezzy.
Sojourner Truth.
Ezzy. 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 Ezzy.
Emmett Till.
Ezzy. We now come to the kind and again, and I said, and there was the area. It's a Moncana conversation, it's on Indian answer, it's a Moncoson for him, it's on Putin. I don't need to be a bear, about that bear, don't bench that. It's almost you now said, and before, you can't find no moon, my court, Rodreno, say only now some rise on him, as I say, it's the very few some fire. They say, Yami, you know, Sorona Mansaka. After you say, who from Japan, piano, and so piano in Saka be a buyer, a base, and a bank of going as a Madama. Momo home, Montina Janapa, as I say, true, say, yeah, Janafa, and I too. And Timomo home, I will connect in also. Yes, all Hamukra, Monatica, my infra, my Sunsi, my Kutimbu, my Wobagasa, my Bolivias, from Winners and Madama. After the Obi Thomas and Serena was your foe, and in the Boniphobia Canon Corner, and before Giadia. I would say, yeah, before I feel about it, and to me, some of the Titia, or one Grammy, or can sell us winners and cup of winners from Madama. Mom, be a crime, as I say, your bread tail or brutally. My son, if ye, as I say, finish ye. And see, my year, I will brutally, says, yeah, I got and I'll how, and I've time, I told it the Biao of Brutreno, and Sam Fata, and I don't know what brother, and the Enzo of Brana Chato, and to Momo Hobby, don't be a crime, Winners from Madama. Mosrana, yes, hey. Mosrana, me a pie, Madama. Mosrana, Cosset. Area.
Okay, at this point, I would like to introduce some of the members of the African American Association. I am here with some of our board members, some of our board of directors. Mr. Maurice Cheatham, our Vice President, Mrs. Norma Publampo. Hold on, wait. This is one of our board of directors. I'm also here with Jamil Brown-Schuler, who's our correspondent secretary. I'm also here, if you look in the back with the lady doing all the work, Tamika Atuba, raise your hand, she's our treasurer. I'm here with, we call her Dr. C, she's our financial secretary here. Wave your hands, and did I miss anybody from our board? I feel to recognize you, please stand up because you've been with us. Madam, yes, please. For so many years. So I also want to recognize the work that you have done in the past because part of you is the foundation that we stand on, so thank you. At this time, I also want to ask all of our panelists to come forward so that we can also make introductions. So if, okay, Mr. Cowboy Burton, Lupacho Black. Mr. Yazid Muhammad, Mr. Razwad Ekwabia, Mr. Kashan Myers. And I'm also going to take the liberty to invite one of our brethren. He wasn't on the poster, but he's here. So I would love for you to join us from the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem. Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to our correspondent secretary, Jamil Rauschler, so that she can facilitate the introductions. Okay, then I'll just do that for you. So I'm going to pass the mic. What I would like for each of our panelists to do, if you could just go ahead and not only introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about how long you've been in Ghana, the organizations that you represent, and if your members are here, do feel free to ask them to stand and shout themselves out. So I'm going to pass the mic.
People are going. Good afternoon. My name is Keboy Burton, and I'm president of the Ghana Caribbean. Oh, please, I have to stand. Sorry. Yeah, people, my name is Keboy Burton. I'm the president of the Ghana Caribbean Association. I've been here for 6 years in March. So I've been here for quite some time. Yeah, man. I came here to film, and I decided to stay here and make it my home. So yeah, my members are here as well. I can see some of my members right now standing, taking videos. Can my members please stand and say hi? Caribbean people here. Wow, big up on yourself. Yeah, man, big up on yourself. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. My name is Yazid Muhammad, originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I moved to Ghana in 2009 with my mother, Rebecca Kareem Muhammad, who is now an ancestor. We are situated in the Akasumu area, specifically adjacent to the Adomi Bridge. Originally, we had a business called Born Again Africa, and we've had a number of businesses here in the area. And most recently, I have established, after I became a citizen in 2019 during the year of return, and I established a business called Repatriation Consultations, where we assist people in repatriating to our area, in the Akasumu area. We provide day tours, we provide accommodations, and a number of other services. And now, that's a little bit about myself. I'm also an author of the book called Discovery the Akasumu Area, which I basically tours on those that have never been to the area. We have the Adomi Bridge, the Akasumu Dam, the Volta River, the Volta Lake, as well as leading into the Volta area, the Volta region. I'm married to a Ghanaian sister. We've been married for 13 years. I have 3 children. And that's a little bit of myself.
Greetings, Rastafari, Islam. I want a lot of members inside here. Who are the members? Who are not my members? Because you know, say, none of them here talk. None of you here support the introduction of genetically modified organisms in Ghana. So you are my members. Right? So Islam, room full of my people. I am one of the founders of the Rastafari Council of Ghana. And presently one of the co-founders of Food Sovereignty Ghana. My main occupation in Ghana is political, social and political activism from a grassroots level to a national governmental level. We are interested in seeing political transformation that brings the poor and oppressed people to power. Now, I would just like to say that the mission today is really one that is very clear. The Rastafari movement started off on an expedition in 1961 to tour several African countries to pave the way for repatriation. During those times, we were calling for repatriation and reparation. So it's no accident that I'm here today. These guys.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kashan Myers. I am the Executive Director of Habesha, a Pan-African organization based out of Atlanta with an acronym standing for Helping Africa by establishing schools at home and abroad. I first came to Ghana in 2003. Myself and my wife, in 2004, we started a program called Black to Our Roots, bringing high school age students from America to Ghana to learn and reconnect with their history and culture. In 2016, I made the decision to leave America and bring my wife and 4 children to Ghana, and we've been here since. In 2022, we opened the Kwaku Ando Sustainability Institute in the Volta region, which is a research and training institute focused on indigenous sustainable practices from a Pan-African perspective. The goal of the institute is for and by African people to heal from the negative effects of the transatlantic and Arab human trafficking, colonialism, in all its forms. We also stand in solidarity with all of the panelists that our right as African people and as African descendants is to return home. And we want to make sure that right is given to all. I was fortunate enough to get citizenship in 2022. My mother received citizenship in 2024 with many others. So we stand on the shoulders of those, and we want to make sure that the path forward is as smooth as possible because it is our right. So we give thanks to be on the path. Give thanks.